The web browser, we take it for granted. We type a query, hit enter, and off we go. But what if the browser could think, understand, act for us? What if it wasn't just a window to the world, but a partner in navigating it? Today, we're looking at a major step in that direction. OpenAI's newly launched ChatGPT Atlas, a browser built with AI at its core, challenging the old paradigm. What it means, what's new, and how it could change your digital life. Welcome to Innovation Views. Let's dive in. For decades, web browsing has followed a familiar pattern. You open a browser, type a URL or search term, and you're shown a list of links. The dominant player, Google Chrome, with around 70% plus of global market share. But the browsing experience itself, tabs, windows, links, hasn't fundamentally changed for many years. As one engineer from OpenAI remarked, we think AI represents a rare, once-in-a-decade opportunity to rethink what a browser can be about. So what if the browser itself became intelligent, not just a passive tool, but something that helps you, anticipates your needs, acts on your behalf? On October 21st, 2025, OpenAI unveiled ChatGPT Atlas, a brand new browser built around its flagship chatbot, integrating generative AI deeply into the browsing experience. It launches globally for macOS users today, with Windows, iOS, and Android versions coming soon. In effect, Atlas doesn't just let you browse, it lets you converse with the web and lets the web help you. Instead of starting with the search box, you might start with a chat prompt, plan a trip to Zurich within budget. The browser, plus the AI, begins to act. Under the hood, Atlas is built on Chromium, the same engine that powers Chrome, Edge, Opera. But what differentiates it is the layering of AI. The chat assistant is front and center, not an optional plugin. When you open a tab, you don't just enter a URL or search. You can start with a question. The sidebar listens to the page context. You highlight text and ask, simplify this, or compare options. The AI uses the browsing context, some of the technical safeguards they've built. This is more than incremental. It's a shift in the human-browser relationship, from user commanding browser to browser assisting user more proactively. Why does this matter? Because for years Chrome has dominated, but when browsing becomes about AI assistance, not just linked lists, the center of gravity shifts. The announcement of Atlas caused ripples in the market. Google's parent company shares fell as investors weighed the threat. Google has already been adding AI features to Chrome, for example using its Gemini model, but OpenAI is launching a purpose-built browser from the ground up with ChatGPT at its core. Google has already been adding AI features to Chrome, for example using its Gemini model, but OpenAI is launching a purpose-built browser from the ground up with ChatGPT at its core.
To share with you today. We think that AI represents like a rare once-a-decade opportunity to rethink what a browser can be about and how to use one and how to sort of most productively and pleasantly use the web. Tabs were great, but we haven't seen a lot of browser innovation since then, so we got very excited about the opportunity to really rethink what this could be. And in the same way that for the previous way people use the internet, the URL bar of a browser and the search box were a great analog, the way that we hope people will use the internet in the future, and that we're starting to see, is that the chat experience and a web browser can be a great analog. So we got to work designing a browser based around this kind of experience. The browser is already where a ton of work and sort of life happens, and we think that by having ChatGPT.
For us, the user, this could mean less time switching tabs, copy-pasting, context losing. The browser becomes more like an assistant, but it also raises important questions around data, memory, trust. For your digital life, this means you'll need to be an informed adopter. As the browser begins to assist, you'll want to decide which tasks do I let it handle, which I keep manual, how much I allow it to remember or act on my behalf. The launch of ChatGPT Atlas signals that the web is shifting into a new phase. From browsing to collaborating, the browser of the future may not just show websites, it may act on them. These are some forward-looking thoughts. For content creators, entrepreneurs, everyday users alike, the question is, are you ready for a browser that thinks alongside you, that could change the tools you use to research, write, build, connect?
Going live today for macOS worldwide for all of our users, although agent mode is only available to Plus and Pro users for now. We want to bring this to Windows and to mobile devices as quickly as we can. We think people will, you'll love this as much as we do. There's a lot more to add. This is still early days for this project. We think the kind of idea that we're excited about is what it means to have custom instructions follow you everywhere on the web, and as you have this agent that you're having do things for you, getting to know you more and more, pulling stuff together for you proactively, finding things that you might want on the internet and bringing them together, which we showed a little bit of. We think we can push that quite far. So we hope you'll check this out. We hope you will enjoy it, and please send us feedback. Thank you very much.
This is PBD podcast comparison of Atlas versus Chrome.
Around with it, and let's just see what we know. Just do anything, and let's see if it's anything different than what Google does. What is the latest on the
government shutdown?
Yeah. Okay, great. Oh, so it's like a ChatGPT. Oh, got it. So first the stories come up.
So up here you have your links, so you can go and search through the news articles that it's posting. But here it gives you the ChatGPT feature, where it's all the information that you would get if you would just plug that same question into ChatGPT.
So Google, now let's do the same thing, Rob. Go back, copy paste your question that you did, and just do it on Google. What's the latest with government shutdown? And let's see what the experience is with Google.
Oh.
So all it does is gives you the links, go a little bit lower. Yeah, Google's going to get destroyed. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's
what's the difference? What's the first
Are you
Rob,
kidding me?
no summary.
Are you kidding me? Go back to ChatGPT, the Atlas one. So on Atlas,
Yep.
I not only get the links, but it tells me, like, zoom in a little bit so I can read that.
Gives you the quick summary.
Yeah, here's a summary of what's going on. The shutdown began at 12:01, October 6th, on following. It has been stretched to 22 days, second largest history, major sticking points, conjunction. It's get roughly 900,000 federal workers. So now go to Google. Why would I go to Google? By the way, this is scary. Tom, how do you feel about this?
There's a lot more to add. This is still early days for this project. We think the kind of idea that we're excited about is what it means to have custom instructions follow you everywhere on the web, and as you have this agent that you're having do things for you, getting to know you more and more, pulling stuff together for you proactively, finding things that you might want on the internet and bringing them together, which we showed a little bit of. We think we can push that quite far. So we hope you'll check this out. We hope you will enjoy it, and please send us feedback. Thank you very much.
For content creators, entrepreneurs, everyday users alike, the question is, are you ready for a browser that thinks alongside you, that could change the tools you use to research, write, build, connect? In our digital lives, the browser has long been our doorway to everything. With ChatGPT Atlas, the doorway starts to talk back. It remembers, it assists, it acts. As we step into this new era, the core question is, will we remain in control of the tools, or will the tools begin to shape us? Let's make sure we stay informed, deliberate, and empowered. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. Until next time, stay curious, stay innovative,